Here we go again. Let's hope we don't get stuck in any walls this time. 'Cause that would suck a lot. I hate that. Like, and here's the thing. I think that always kind of betrays the build quality of Sega games. Like, even the good Sega games. Like, you wouldn't get stuck inside a wall in a Mario game, let's be honest. So that's... Yeah, this is the part. This is the part where I used to get stuck all the time because you have to figure this thing... You have to figure this shit out if you want to, like, continue playing the game. Okay, and then it just reverts back to there. But yeah, that part where you have to go down, like, that's the point where you have to figure that shit out, and it's like, ugh. Not a fan of that. Oh boy. Yeah, and also not a fan of this. Okay. You know, I wanted to... It's always I want to talk about, like, anime I'm watching, but it's kind of funny because I'm never, like, watching anime I'm sure, like, people would expect of me. Case in point, and this is the... I didn't, like, seek this anime out originally, but my sister was watching an episode of it, and then I had to start watching it, too. It's called... Wait a minute. Sweetness and Lightning, which is the weirdest name for an anime ever, and, I started watching it because of the little girl in it is so cute. And the shark song, oh my god, like, that song has been stuck in my head for several days now. Same, 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 same. If you don't know what I'm talking about, like, it's Crunchyroll's YouTube channel has the clip. Wait, is there no boss fight in this? Oh god. Oh no, I think there is. Or is there? I don't remember. Oh, it's... Immediately! Alright, so... Ah, so I gotta get him when he's coming down. What? 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 Oh! Oh, I guess not. Okay, not gonna lie, I had... Not gonna lie, I had forgotten that this boss fight existed. I love that color effect down there, by the way. That actually looks pretty fucking dope. Oh yeah, it's another thing. It's a game that I keep thinking that I should do a Let's Play of is Mega Man 6. Because that's a Mega Man game. That's a very underrepresented Mega Man game, and I haven't Let's Played it even. 9 also is another one that I'm actually thinking of doing at some point. But here's the thing, I keep forgetting. The thing is, like, I don't have Mega Man Legacy Collection 1. I have it on the Wii U, so I have to remember. I have to, like, remember to borrow the Wii U. The Wii U is with my sister Minna right now, so I have to remember to borrow it in order to even, like, do that Let's Play. This also feels like this takes forever to do this boss fight. I'd forgotten about this. But, like, this is what I was saying, like, you know, if this was any other Sonic game, or if this was Sonic 1 or 2, like, you can just hit, you know, Robotnik on the head, like, so easily in those, like, it's just no challenge, really. Spring Yard Zone in Sonic 1's a good example, and Labyrinth Zone, of course, doesn't even have a proper boss fight. The first boss fight in both games is kind of shit. I will say the Metropolis Zone boss fight from Sonic 2 has got to be one of the most frustrating, stupid boss fights ever. And of course, you have to do like a revisit of it in Sonic Knuckles in the Sky the Sky Sanctuary Zone when you're going up against like Metal Sonic and that. Yeah. So, not a fan of that. That green ball actually reminds me a lot of, yeah, it reminds me of those big green, like, giant bubbles that were in one of the ghost mansions in Super Mario World. Super Mario World's another game that I'm not sure if I want to Let's Play necessarily, but I think I'm probably inevitably gonna do it. Oh god, come on, don't do that to me now. Jesus, how many hits? Like, the other thing, like, I can only hit him once when he's coming down, so that's why this feels like it's taking forever. This boss fight really killed the momentum of this Let's Play, didn't it? Jesus. Alright. Also, am I just thinking, am I just like haven't been paying attention, but it seems like I'm saving the same animals. Like those blue flickies are like in all of the capsules, I think. Maybe the other animals change, but those certainly don't. Oh, I had to do that. Alright, here's Ice Cap Zone. Ah, Tails doesn't get to use the snowboard. Aw, that's sad. That's so sad. Alright, so this is the level I thought originally was going to be my favorite like level from this. Let's see if I get stuck in that same part. Like, I don't think I will because, you know, because Tails can fly. So, whoa, whoa! What the hell was that? I mean, what in Sam Hill was that shit? Like, the screen caught up to me and killed me. Is that seriously what just happened there? Oh god, I hate these crushing things. Yeah, people probably wouldn't, and you know, if you know me at all, you probably wouldn't be that surprised that this is actually one of my favorite levels. Or let's say because I famously, of course, love ice levels in video games. I think even in like Super Mario, the first new Super Mario Brothers, or the one that was on the Wii, that wasn't the first one, but the first one on the home consoles. Like even that, I think my favorite level was the ice level, and I think the new. Oh, was it this? I think it was this. I think this might have been the part that I got stuck on. No, it wasn't that. God, I kind of wish I don't have the recording of it anymore, so I don't know. Oh God, what the hell? I don't remember that part. I seriously, like I'm noticing like how I don't remember stuff from. Oh my God, I'm all the way back here. Jesus. All right. I don't remember the exact part where I got stuck, but I certainly now remember why this level is such bullshit. Oh my God. I guess this part kind of reminds me, like very vaguely, but it does kind of remind me of a little bit of the Chill Penguins stage in Mega Man X. Just ever so slightly. And actually, that part where you're just falling forever, of course, that reminds me of the final Labyrinth Zone, which I famously don't like. Okay, and I also hope that I can actually use the audio from this, because I noticed that in this part specifically, in the video capture, usually the music starts to play like really loudly. I don't know, there's something about the Mega Drive's like sound chip that makes the audio like super loud for no reason. Oh yeah, that's actually one other kind of cool thing about it. Well, I don't know how cool this is, but so and this part actually reminds me of Mega Man 7. Oh god. All right. So if you've ever like wondered, like, why do all the Mega Drive games kind of sound like? Why does the music in all the Mega Drive games kind of sound like it's being played on a Yamaha keyboard? That's actually because the Sega consoles use Yamaha sound chips. They literally use the same sound chips as Yamaha keyboards do. So that's kind of a cool thing. Because you know the Super Nintendo sound is actually quite unique and distinct, because Nintendo developed their own sound chip. So that's kind of a interesting little bit of trivia. It's not actually that unusual, because the other thing, you know, there's a thing I talking about the Mega Drive. Oh God, no! Like the Mega Drive. Oh, this is it. Now I remember. This is the part. Yeah, I got stuck on this fucking loop for like the longest time. Oh my God. Yeah, because there's a fucking spring there that launches you when you don't want to get launched. Yeah, getting off of this thing, like even a Sonic is really hard. Oh my god. Oh yeah, there's the spring. Yeah, that fucking. Oh no 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 no. Oh god. Yeah, this part of this level is where I lost my cool. All right, now we're in the outside section. This part I like. So that's the thing, like, Nintendo was always about, like, you know, developing their own things, like their own proprietary stuff, and Sega was, you know, and this might have had something to do with the fact that, you know, that they had a distinct disadvantage in the marketplace, but, like, Sega always, like, used off-the-shelf, you know, components, and that's why, you know, the Mega Drive, when I was talking about the problem with the DIN, so, you know, the way you connect a Mega Drive to your television set, you either use an RF switch or you use you have to use a DIN cord, and the DIN basically comes out to, you know, an RCA end, you know, just a normal RCA, but the other end, and the reason they did that was because the DIN was, you know, it wasn't a proprietary, it was just a universal cord standard. The unfortunate bit about that, and we're talking about the Model 1 Mega Drive, actually. And the unfortunate bit about that, of course, is that cord standard aged like milk. Like, after the 80s, nobody was using it anymore. It's not for home AV tech. It was very common in the 80s, especially, actually, that's the funny thing, it was actually more, it was very common with, you know, actually with home computers. Like, there was a lot of, like, computer monitors, for instance, that used that cord standard, but unfortunately, when it came to the 90s, it turns out like Nintendo did actually a much smarter thing by having the regular RCA output from the NES. So, and the thing is, like, you might be thinking like, you know, RCA, those are common as muck, but in the 80s they really weren't. There were actually not some of the really cheap televisions, I guess, in the 80s. Would not have like any kind of RCA output. They only had the antenna cord because, you know, they were basically designed with that idea in mind that people were watching television were getting televisions to watch television. But it's so funny that by the mid 80s, because I remember the television, little TV set in our room that we used to have. This was back in the day when the CRTs. We had this dinky little Phillips CRT, and if I manage to find a picture of that, I'm gonna share it because it's the cutest fucking TV ever. So anyway, like, I don't think I've been down here before. Oh god, whoa! Okay, that went poorly. So it had the tiniest little like remote control. I don't think it even had like the number keys on it. Maybe it did. Maybe it did, and they were just really tiny. But anyway, like that. And it was like the size. It was like the size of a football. That little the CRT that we had. Like, it was really small. But even that, by the mid '80s, like even that had. Well, it didn't have a CRT output, but it had a SCART output, which was basically the same. And if you don't know what a SCART is, that was a thing in Europe. But it basically, all it does is like you put a CRT cords into an adapter, and it turns all the 3 cords into one end, and that like that's how you can connect it to a TV. And I actually don't know why the SCART was developed. I think it has to be like a French thing. Okay, I'm not just gonna press the jump button because it seems to be working better this way. Oh, yeah, I screwed up. That was me. Okay. So, but the funny thing about the SCART is that it actually, that's another thing that I recently discovered also, because, you know, I watched these kind of like the 8-bit guy, and, oh god, those are the bad boxes. You do not want those. So, you know, I watched these like channels like the 8-bit guy and stuff, and I learned something interesting about the SCART, is that actually some people might be like tempted if you have one of those old game consoles that uses a RCA output and came with a SCART end, and even if your TV has a SCART, like my TV in my living room has a SCART, it has 2 HDMIs as well, so it's like semi-newish. So so a lot of people will, but it also has a separate RCA, and people might be tempted to put the if they have a console that runs on an RCA through that. But actually, you should actually use the SCART outlet, because the SCART outlet makes the picture more sharp. Because what it does, and I don't understand the mechanics of it. I guess because it translates the RCA video signal to, because it has like a bazillion like little pins. You know, the SCART outlet. I think it dissects the video signal into like. This is just my how I think it works. This might not actually be it. But I think it dissects like the video signal into smaller parts, and what it does is that, because when you have normally an RCA, you know, it's all coming from one cord. So so with a normal RCA, I think you get a lot more noise and you get artifacting, because all the information is just coming through one way. That's why when people used to have composite video before HDMI was really popular, that's how you got high definition picture, was through the composite. And the way they accomplished that is that they send all the color signals through 3 different cords. Launch base zone. Okay, so this is the final level. And I guess we'll end it there, so see you on the next part. Bye-bye!